Hi, I'm Valerie Taylor, the Feel Better Coach, and I am cooking up what's for dinner tonight. You know I enjoy cooking healthy food and food that's colorful, so tonight we're going to make chili. And actually we're going to make it earlier in the day and put it in our crock pot and enjoy it tonight. And then if you'll come on back for the second part of this What's for Dinner series, I'll also be doing a delicious cilantro cucumber coleslaw to go with it. So let's get started on the chili. Now, when you were growing up, perhaps you drank whole milk. And somewhere along the line, you switched down to 2% milk, and then perhaps 1% milk, and then maybe you're drinking skim milk now. At any rate, it took you some time to transition to that healthier choice, and that was not as devastating as you thought it was going to be. So what I would hope that you'll do, and this chili is a great example of how to do it, is start to move away from higher fat proteins and start using leaner proteins. And this chili recipe is a great example of that. You have some options. I have browned a pound of ground beef, actually it's ground chuck, leaner meat, and a pound of ground turkey. Now, the ground turkey I used is 99% fat-free. It comes in a little roll like this. So again, it's that transitioning from whole milk to 2% to 1% down to skim. So here we're combining the two, and because chili packs so much flavor in it, really you're not going to even notice the transition between half turkey and half beef. Now, if you are ready to just jump right in and make your chili with all turkey, that is fantastic. Again, chili's a good place to do this type of transitioning, this type of food shifting from a less healthy version to a more healthy version, because you're going to have so many seasonings and so many other flavors going on that you won't notice that protein source quite so much. So, lesson from my mom. She hated to scrub pots and pans and dishes. She was a huge user of the spray oils. Pam was the original one. So I've sprayed my crock pot really well, so it's going to be a very nice, quick, easy cleanup. As I mentioned, I browned a pound of ground chuck and a pound of 99% fat-free turkey breast. That's going to go into my pot first. This is a very, very, very hearty chili. Because of that, that doesn't mean you eat 3 bowlfuls at a time. You eat a cup at a time. And if you'll go to my website, which is www.feelbettercoach.com, you'll have the written recipe there, as well as some nutritional information to go along with it. Now, the next step in my chili, and this is part of what I think makes it really special, really colorful and healthy. I use 4 types of beans. I have a can of pinto beans, and I'll set that off to the side because I've already put it into my strainer here. I use red beans. I also use light and dark kidney beans. Now, the reason I like that combination is it's gorgeous in terms of texture and color. So you've got a softer texture in the red beans, a little meatier, almost nutty texture in the dark red kidney beans. So 4 cans of beans. We're going to put that right into our crock pot. Let me scoot that out of the way. And then on top of that, I want you to add a large can. This is a 28-ounce can of small diced tomatoes. Add it in, juices and all. All right. Okay, so we've got the meat and the beans and the tomatoes. Now for one of my secret ingredients. I love to add a large can of enchilada sauce to my chili. And I am using the mild. You can always bump your chili up by using the hot version. But we're going to go ahead and pour all that gorgeous sauce in there. For a little more added heat, another one of my favorite things to add to chili because I love the smokiness that it gives to the chili. I have taken a can of chipotle peppers. And I go ahead and open the whole can when I get it, put it into my food processor because they come whole in the can. Put it in my food processor so it's ready to use. You do not want to use the whole can or you won't be able to eat this chili. So go ahead and I'm going to put in maybe 2 nice tablespoonfuls, which is the equivalency of about 2 of those smoked jalapeno peppers. That's what a chipotle is a smoked jalapeno pepper. So we've got about 2 in there. I'm also going to use a large can of green chilies. Now, one version or one option that you can use is something similar to Rotel, where your green chilies and your diced tomatoes are already in one can. In this case, though, I used them separately. Then I have diced large fresh jalapeno pepper, and that's going to go in. And I love garlic. You know I love garlic. There's very few recipes you'll ever see me cook that doesn't have garlic in it, unless it's something sweet. So, 2 large cloves of garlic are going to go into the chili. And then we need to add our seasonings. We're just about there. Chili powder. And again, so often with making a chili, it's a very personal thing. Well, you know, I've got a top here to get off. You will like more or less depending on what you and your family enjoy. In my case, I'm going to put several types of seasonings into my chili. So all I want is, maybe a generous tablespoonful. And I measure that in the palm of my hand. Right in the center of the palm of your hand is going to be roughly a teaspoonful. And of course, a tablespoon is 3 teaspoonfuls. So I made it the whole palm of my hand. Now my second, is it second? I don't even know if I've told you if I had a second. I did, a second secret ingredient. The third secret ingredient is cumin, ground cumin. And again, this is to taste, but I particularly like the smokiness that this adds to the chili. Top that out there. And so I'm going to do probably about 2 teaspoonfuls there. And depending on how hot and spicy you like it, you'll want to add a little of that pepper bullet in. This is cayenne pepper, and you notice I'm not putting very much in there, maybe a 1/4 teaspoonful. I like really spicy hot chili, but my son doesn't, so it's easier to add than it is to take away. And then I'm going to add in just a few dashes of garlic powder. All right, we want to mix this all up really nice. If it looks a little dry to you, one of the things I like to do, and this does, let's go ahead and take the enchilada sauce can. There's some goodie left in there. I'm going to put some water in it. So let's go ahead and fill that whole can up. And you want this to get right to the top of your crock pot, and that looks just perfect. So it's time to get this chili cooking. Go ahead and stick it in your crock pot. Put your crock pot on high, and in about 2 to 3 hours, you'll have some wonderful, delicious, and healthy chili. Be sure to go get the written recipe at www.feelbettercoach.com. And also take a look at the second part of the series. It'll be on YouTube. It'll also be on my website, and that's for cilantro cucumber coleslaw. Delicious accompaniment to this chili. Enjoy.